The pay gap is a sore subject for many working women. The stats show women earn between 10 and 25% less than men across the U.S. workforce. And this is one big reason many women leave traditional career paths to start up their own businesses. But once there, they often find themselves up against a different kind of pay gap. Small business expert Susan Solovic is here to explain. Susan, thank you so much for joining us. So you're seeing more and more women leaving traditional careers to start their own businesses.
That's right, Tanya. Actually, women are starting businesses at twice the rate of their male counterparts. So there are about 1,300 new women-owned businesses started every single day. There are about 9.1 million in the U.S., and they account for $1.4 billion in annual revenue. Huge market.
That's very, very exciting news. But you say there is a kind of pay gap of sorts here. Can you explain?
Yes, you would think if you're starting your own business that the ceiling is the limit. The sky's the limit. But what we're seeing is that women-owned businesses tend to stay small. Fewer than 3% ever cross over the $1 million threshold. Sounds like a lot of money, but when you're running a business, it really isn't. So what we're finding is that these businesses are staying small, and they're really not getting the growth capital that they need to build significant companies. Babson did a report called Bridging the Gender Gap in Venture Capital. They found that women-owned businesses get only 2.7% of venture capital. And as you know, that's the kind of funding you need that really propels your business to grow.
Absolutely. So let's break this down. Why are women not getting this funding?
Well, there are a lot of reasons, but personally, I think there are two key things here. One is there just aren't a lot of women business or a lot of women partners at venture capital firms, and there's been a considerable amount of research that shows that men tend to fund male-oriented businesses, so that's a problem. But also, the process itself is very intimidating. I have raised venture capital myself. In fact, in 2006, my company was selected as the best venture opportunity in the Silicon Valley, but it is a process. I spent nearly a year learning how to pitch those VCs, to talk their language, and it is an intimidating process.
So do you think women are less likely to just go out there and seek this kind of funding?
I think that's the truth. They don't understand it. It's intimidating. Plus, they don't have a lot of good role models to follow. There aren't a lot of women who are getting the VC money, and as I said earlier, not a lot of women in the VC firms.
We need to get more women in those firms.
That's right, we do.
Are there some bright spots, though, in terms of getting more funding to women?
I think the whole crowdfunding thing is a big bright spot for women. In fact, Indiegogo says in their statistics that about half of all of their funded projects are led by women. And now there are a couple of sites that are just focused on women-owned businesses. One is called Plum Alley. The other one is called Moolah Hoop. So I think, yes, women are good at making connections and making those relationships. And so I believe that's a little bit of a bright spot. But we really need a lot more role models and a lot more effort to educate the market on how important it is to give women these opportunities.
Absolutely. Role models are key, and mentors. Thank you so much, Susan Solovic, for that.